Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming at you today with another Division video, and I really just wanted to go ahead and have this theory discussion with you guys. There's a lot of people out there who still haven't purchased all the DLC for the Division. They may have, Survival, they may have Last Stand, some people may have Underground but maybe missing Survival. It's all over the place. Not everyone buys a Season Pass due to money problems and things like that. I completely understand it, but more importantly, I wanted to go ahead and make this video because there is one particular piece of DLC that I really enjoyed. I thought that the entire Underground DLC was really thought out, it worked really well, and it was great until you hit about level 25. Once you hit level 25, the grind was just completely ridiculous. You were doing the same thing over and over. The whole idea of having a randomized dungeon-style gameplay run-through was pretty much lost at that point because you've seen all the different type of variants of maps that you can run through, all the different enemy types, and the way things unfold and how intel is being placed in different locations. It's all discovered by this point. So, how do we fix that problem? Well, we all know that there's no new content coming for the Division in Year 2. We know that they're not adding any new cities, they're not doing anything over the top spectacular. Yes, there is going to be some really cool stuff coming. I think Seasons is really going to change up and make some really unique modifiers to get some really awesome rewards. Once that update finally releases in update 1.7, we're getting loadouts in 1.6.1 sometime later this month, which is really awesome. It's already available in the PTS if you haven't already tried that. But I would really like to see them change the way the Underground works. Now, for those of you out there who may not be level 40, you may have given up, or for those who are level 40 that got those vanity items, congratulations to you. You are some of the elite few that ever made it all the way to the end, and you're doing Underground proficiency caches. It's freaking amazing. I highly recommend running all the way through it to level 40 because you never know what is going to happen. And this is my idea that I really wanted to go ahead and just try and throw at you guys, and that is the Underground 2.0. Who really knows if we're ever going to get this in some maybe Year 2 content, maybe even Year 3 and beyond, maybe with the Division 2. Who really knows? But I would like to see the following things happen to create a much better Underground experience for everyone. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. The first thing I wanted to go ahead and talk about is the idea of being able to make the Underground the most treacherous and dangerous place in the light zone. We all know that this is Underground. You have plenty of enemy types. A lot of people have gone ahead and just, retreated to these underground tunnels and subways and bunkers and all these things. And the idea of being able to have a community driven by creative content would be huge. How many of you remember the Doom Snap Map feature that was put in to the recent Doom that came out last year? It was phenomenal. Being able to create your own type of maps with enemies and spawns and all this crazy stuff. If they were able to go ahead and create this in the Underground 2.0, it would be absolutely insane. The stuff people could come up with a limitation of how much loot could be dropped from like bosses and things like that, it would be an amazing achievement to see what type of stuff people could actually come up with. People would maybe even be able to come up with like mini games and so on and so forth. That's number one. I'd like to go ahead and see something like that. The second thing I'd like to go ahead and see is something like an agent proficiency system where it's not necessarily, oh, you're level 40, you're going to start earning, proficiency caches. No, I want to start over, but I want to have a mark. I want to say, you know what? I have something on my sleeve or something on my name saying I am Underground rank 40, agent rank 1, agent rank 2, depending on how many times I've gone through and made it to level 40, so that I'm able to have something unique, something different, something that other people do not have, but also give me the ability to use new things in the Underground that you can't do when you first start out, or when you're agent rank 1, agent rank 2. You may be able to have an additional skill or something different, and that would be really cool to have, because this would also go into the idea of being able to add legendary mode into the Underground. Again, something else that needs to be added to the Underground because it is a very dangerous and treacherous place that we want to go ahead and try and create this feeling of there's no way out. We need to just push our way through and make it to the end because we have no idea what's waiting behind that next door or what's in that next room. It's uncertainty. I like this idea. It needs to happen. Next on the list is we want to make it fun. We don't want to make it just the standard, oh, this is how it's going to be. You have to try and do this. We need a speedrun trials type of arcade style mode added into the Underground. I think it would be really unique to see how many times people would be able to try and see, okay, this person made it through in 7.5 minutes. Okay, I want to go ahead and try and beat that. Or maybe making it so that you can turn on a modifier that you can only use a pistol, or you can only use skill power. You know, you can't use weapons at all. You can only do melees, which would be absolutely ridiculous. You know, all these different modifiers that you can add on to this would be absolutely insane. Yes, I understand that we have the phase 1, 2, 3 and, you know, stuff like that, but we need more to keep people entertained. And I really hope that they try and look at the underground as an experiment that was successful for a little while, but in the long run, it really wasn't something that kept a lot of people's attention unless they were looking for something like a Thompson. So they went back in and they were trying to get a Thompson. Once they got the Thompson and they hit level 40, they're gone. They never went back to the underground, right? And I think they should also add the ability to get different exotics from the underground. You know, the ability to get more loot from one particular type of objective will bring people back, rather than it just showcase, oh, you can get the few things that are already known to be here. And overall, the last thing that I really think that they really need to go ahead and try and put in to the Underground 2.0 is we need to take advantage of these open indoor corridors that we have, whether it be in the subways, whether it be in some of these multi-tiered level buildings that we have underground. But it needs to be some type of 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4 objective style game modes, similar to The Last Stand, but call it something Last Stand in the Underground. I don't know what you would call it, but either way, these environments are definitely useful in a huge way and would totally benefit the idea of doing PvP in the underground space. The area is tiny, it is extremely small, there's not much to render, and people are going to be able to just sit there and have a good, badass time taking on their friends and also just taking on anyone and all comers. Maybe you can even have a betting system saying, hey, you know what? I have this weapon. I want to put this weapon on the line against your team. What weapon do you want to put up? And then everybody on that winning team gets a version or variant of that weapon. That would be freaking amazing. Maybe doing credits or Phoenix credits or something cool like that. Some type of system where you actually feel like it matters if you win or lose, because we also need a leaderboard system, something that showcases all these things. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much my discussion and my rant on everything that I would love to see in the Underground 2.0. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg of some of the crazy things that they could add into the idea of adding something new or refreshing content that's already existing. And I really hope that they decide to go ahead and look at the Underground and say, you know what, guys, this may be our least played content, or the Dark Zone, or whatever is their least played content. I hope they realize, hey, why don't we just take advantage of the idea of, yes, I understand that we have certain things already planned, but why can't we refresh and change the stuff that's already there, which would be absolutely amazing. I mean, how many people out there have been begging for the idea to get challenging across all missions that don't already have a challenge mode? I mean, that's a really big deal, right? I mean, I understand that we got legendary on certain missions and they're wanting to add more of them over time, but the idea of being able to update existing missions with new enemy types and variants would be absolutely amazing to keep things fresh, so that you're not always running through like knowing exactly when things are spawning and so on and so forth. It's just the little things, right? But anyways, guys, be sure to go ahead and drop a like if you enjoyed this. What do you think of the Underground? What level are you in the Underground currently on any of your characters? Did you make it all the way to 40? Did you kind of just give up halfway through? Or do you just not care or own the DLC at all? I mean, because there's a lot of people that still don't have it. Overall, guys, I really hope that we can see something come to the Underground in the future. We have a lot of stuff still coming in, you know, year 2, possibly year 3, and of course, the Division 2 sometime in the future. So I hope they try to revitalize this particular piece of content or change it altogether when the future comes around with new ideas and variants of some of the things that I was able to go ahead and say in this video. Like if you haven't, sub if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to go ahead and leave all your comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.